Hello, students and colleagues. I am Dr. Rajiv Gupta. I am taking a lecture series related to multiple choice questions explanation in the topic of stereochemistry. This is the part 11 of this lecture series. Now, 68th question. Which of the following is not true of enantiomers? They have the same. Means which property is same in case of enantiomers and which property is different. That different property of any two enantiomers which are mirror images will not be same. That will be our answer. So the first option is boiling point. So we know that the enantiomers of a compound have exactly same boiling point. So this is a same property of two enantiomers. Now melting point also same for enantiomers. Now see the third option, specific rotation. See, specific rotation for enantiomers means we can say the magnitude of specific rotation is same for both enantiomers, but their sign will be different. One enantiomer if have dextro rotation, then other will have levorotatory rotation. Means one shows plus and other minus. So this option is not same. Okay, specific rotation actually not same for any two enantiomers. So actually the correct option is C, means answer is C, because here what has been asked, which of the following is not true. Okay, not true means that is false, means specific rotation for enantiomers are not same. Now density for two enantiomers will be same. Chemical reactivity towards achiral reagents will also be same. See, enantiomers show same reactivity with achiral reagents, but their reactivity generally changed with chiral reagents. But here achiral reagents or optically inactive reagents are shown. So here this property will be same for both enantiomers. Now next question. Which statement is true of 1,3-dimethyl cyclobutane? So 1,3-dimethyl cyclobutane, which statement is true? Means our four statements are false for this. So we have to select the true statement. So first we read the first statement. Only one form of the compound is possible. No. In 1,3-dimethyl cyclobutane, two geometrical isomers are possible. See, I am drawing the structure of this compound. This is cyclobutane carbon skeleton, and 1 and 3 at one position. Suppose I am adding this methyl group. Now here I am adding this methyl group. Now we can form two geometrical isomers. Here it is cis isomer, and if this methyl group goes to upside, then these are trans. So two forms are possible. Okay, only one form not possible. Only two forms in 1,3-dimethyl cyclobutane are possible, that are cis and trans. So this option is not correct. Second option, two diastereomeric forms are possible. Okay, we know that cis and trans geometrical isomers are also called diastereomers because these both are not mirror image isomers. but their sequence of bonding of atoms is same. So actually this option is correct. Now check the third option. Two sets of enantiomers are possible. No. Here no enantiomeric forms are possible in case of 1,3-dimethyl cyclobutane structure. See, if we observe this cis isomer, here a plane of symmetry is present. So this compound is, this cis form is optically inactive or achiral. If we form its trans isomer, then in trans isomer we can observe this center of symmetry. So due to presence of that center of symmetry in trans isomer, the molecule is achiral and optically inactive. So the enantiomer concept will not be applied in this 1,3-dimethyl cyclobutane. So this option is not correct. Two enantiomeric forms and one meso compound are possible. So this option we can cut because here enantiomers could not form. And also here we can say this meso compound because no chiral center is present in this derivative of cyclobutane. Now none of the previous statement is true, so we can remove this. So only the option is B. Now next question. In which of the following reactions is the absolute configuration of the product likely to be same as that of the reactant? Means the absolute configuration of chiral center. Okay, absolute configuration, that is RS configuration. Okay, that is RS assignment for a chiral center is same in product as well as in reactant. So that options we have to select in these 5 options. So first of all we see the option A. Here the configuration of this chiral center, see, first of all we see what is chiral center here. This carbon is chiral carbon. Okay, this carbon will not be chiral carbon because here 2 hydrogen atoms are present, and this is methyl group which is obviously not chiral. So here only one chiral carbon is present where all the 4 groups are different. This methyl group, okay, bromine atom, this CH2OH group, and here a hydrogen atom is also present, that hydrogen atom. So all the 4 groups are different. So this carbon is chiral carbon which is attached to this bromine atom. So here this chiral carbon has R configuration as shown in this picture. It has R assignment or R absolute configuration. So when we made a reaction with PbR3 reagent, then this hydroxyl group is substituted by bromine atom. Okay, this is a substitution reaction. So now we check the configuration. Okay, now we check the configuration of this chiral carbon. Okay, again here it is chiral carbon. This chiral carbon has the same configuration, that is R. Okay, how we check? Suppose if we provide numbering according to CIP rule for this reactant, obviously bromine will get number 1, and here a hydrogen is present, will get number 4. Obviously this carbon will get number 2 because it is directly attached to oxygen, and this carbon which is attached to further 3 hydrogens, it will get number 3. Now actually the numbering is exactly same in this product. See here 1, 2, 3, and hydrogen will get 4. So sequence of numbering means we can say that the numbering positions of these numbers are not changed in this product. So obviously here again the absolute configuration is R. So our option A is correct. Now check the second option. This chiral center also contains R configuration. Now here this alcohol react with this acid, so in presence of a acidic medium, so it is a esterification reaction. Okay, it is an esterification in presence of acid, we get a ester. Okay, now here the configuration is R for this chiral carbon. Now here this chiral carbon will also contain the configuration R. How? First we check. Here the numbering sequence is like this: 1, 2, 3, and here hydrogen will get 4. Again here the numbering sequence is same: 1, 2, 3 and 4. So here its configuration is R. So this option is also correct. Now we check the option 3, option C. Here this chiral carbon has the configuration R. Now in this reaction the water molecule act as an nucleophile, and here OH attacks on this site, and this bromine removes as a leaving group. Okay, so here bromine removes as a bromide ion as leaving group. So here what happens? See, generally this type of reactions, which are one type of nucleophilic substitution reaction, in this reaction generally OH minus, or we can say this nucleophile, attacks from this back side of this carbon bromine bond, this back side, and this bromine atom leaves from this side, and the OH groups just attach to the back side of this bromine atom. So here the configuration of this chiral carbon will be changed in this product. Suppose it is R, so we can say the configuration is changed, so it is S. Okay, so this option is actually not correct. So all of the above, obviously it will not possible. Now our answer is actually A and B only, because these A and B both options are correct. Our correct answer is E. Okay, now next question. The reaction of this ketone with H2 nickel forms, means it is a catalyzed hydrogenation of this ketone, means actually a reduction reaction. In this reduction, this ketone group or this carbonyl group converts into alcohol group. Okay, so how we make this reaction? I am drawing the structure of this ketone. Now in this reaction, when hydrogenation takes place, first of all hydride ion attacks on this nucleophilic site, electrophilic site. It is, we can say it is a type of nucleophilic addition reaction where hydride ion attacks on this electrophilic site on this positively charged carbon. So here this attack of this hydride ion on this carbon atom could take place from the top side or bottom side. Means there are two paths are possible, path 1 and path 2. So at both sides could possible. The probability of this attacking nucleophile from either front side or back side. So here the configuration which we actually get on this carbon atom will be changed. Suppose it attacks from the top side or front side, the OH group by reduction, when oxygen gets this hydrogen atom, this OH groups goes to the wedge side, dash side. But if this hydrogen hydride ion attacks from back side, then this OH group will come on the wedge side. So here we get obviously a type of racemic mixture, because here see, this carbon is not chiral carbon in ketone, actually it is sp2 carbon, but here after hydrogenation, this or reduction, this carbon becomes chiral carbon. Okay, this carbon becomes chiral carbon, and here chiral carbon configuration is just different, and here these both products are mirror images of each other, means that mirror images which are not superimposable. So these both are anisomeric forms. Okay, so actually in this reaction we get R isomer and S isomer almost in same amount. So we can say in this reaction we get racemic mixture, RSS. So in these options the IUPAC names with chirality descriptors has been given. So the option D obviously is a correct option, where with chirality descriptor we are showing the positions of various substituents. So it is RS6-methyl. Okay, RS6-methyl 1, because numbering we should start from this side, because OH group comes to is just near from this side, and our main carbon chain is this 7-membered carbon chain, that is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 membered this carbon chain, 1 2 3 4 5 6 and 7. Obviously at position number 7 this methyl group is present, position number 6. So it is RS6-methyl. Okay, RS6-methyl, RS for this chiral center, RS is termed for this chiral center. Okay, it could be R or it could be S, because we get two types of products. RS6-methyl 3-heptanol, 1 2 3 at position number 3 our OH group is present, so it is 3-heptanol. Okay, so this is the IUPAC name of this. So actually we are getting a racemic mixture in this reaction. So these all options we can remove from here. Now next question, CH3 CHBr CH2 CHCl CH3 is the generalized representation of what number of stereoisomers? So in this question we have to find out total number of possible stereoisomers. Okay, total number of possible stereoisomers. So by viewing this compound we can say this is a type of asymmetric compound. Okay, it is a type of asymmetric compound where no stereoisomer is possible, that could be a meso or an optically inactive compound. So all stereoisomers will be optically active, because we can, if we observe its structure, there no plane of symmetry is possible, because here chloro atom is present and at this side bromine atom is present. Okay, so no plane of symmetry will be possible, and obviously in this structure total 2 chiral centers are present. I am again drawing this structure, CH, this at position number 2 bromine atom, now this CH2, now CH, Cl and CH3. So see, in this compound this carbon is a chiral carbon, this carbon is also chiral carbon, means here chiral centers or number of chiral centers are 2, and as I said this compound could not be symmetric in any manner. So we can apply this formula 2 to power n, means total number of stereoisomers total number of possible stereoisomers in this type of asymmetric molecule, the total number of stereoisomers equals to 2 to power n, where this n is the number of chiral center, that is the number of chiral centers. So obviously 2 to power 2, that will give 4. So our correct answer is B. So total 4 stereoisomers, and all the 4 stereoisomers are optically active and chiral. Okay. We can also draw the structures of these stereoisomers. Suppose if I draw the Fischer projection of this structure, so see, this is the Fischer projection, this is the methylene group which is present in the middle, this is the methylene group, and we can put this bromine and chlorine atom in this way, bromine and chlorine at same side. So here we can see that no plane of symmetry is possible. So this is a chiral molecule, so its mirror image will be its anisomers. So 2 isomers we got. Now second structure, in second structure what we get, bromine atom at one side and chlorine atom at other side. So this molecule is also chiral molecule. It is a chiral molecule because no plane of symmetry is possible. So its mirror image isomer will be anisomers. So total 4 stereoisomers are possible for this given structure. Okay. So our option B is correct. So total 4 stereoisomers are possible, and all the 4 isomers are optically active. Now next question. For the generalized structure BrCH2CHCl, CH2CHCl, CH2Br, there exists what number of stereoisomers? Now again in this question, the total number of possible stereoisomers has been asked. So first of all, we see in this structure a symmetric molecule which contains a plane of symmetry is possible. See, if we apply a plane on this side, see, this is a, we can say, a symmetric molecule. Here chlorine and bromine, here chlorine and bromine. So one type of symmetric molecule. So first of all, I am drawing the Fischer projection of this molecule, so you can easily imagine the structure. Here this central methylene group I am drawing like this, CH. Okay. Now CHCl and CHCl I am putting like this, CHCl, HCl, and the terminal groups are CH2Br. We can consider these combinedly a single group, CH2Br, here CH2Br. So here CH2Br, again here CH2Br. See, in this molecule only 2 carbon are chiral carbon. This carbon is chiral carbon and this carbon is chiral carbon, and these terminal carbon atoms are not chiral. Okay, so only 2 chiral centers are present in this molecule. Now see, as I draw a Fischer projection where both chlorine atoms are present at same side, here a plane of symmetry exists. This is a plane of symmetry where these half part of the molecule is just becoming the mirror image of this second half part. So here a plane of symmetry is present and 2 chiral centers. So obviously this molecule is a meso compound. Okay, it is an meso compound. Now we can draw another structure of this another stereoisomer where we can put these both chlorine atoms at opposite side. See, Cl and Cl, these are both at opposite side, and other system is same, CH2Br, CH2Br, and here hydrogen and hydrogen. Now see, again these 2 carbon are chiral carbon, and this molecule is a chiral molecule because this plane of symmetry we cannot apply because both parts will not be mirror image. So this molecule is a chiral molecule and also always the mirror image of this chiral molecule will be its anisomer. Okay, so here two isomers we get. These two isomers are optically active and chiral. Okay, these two isomers which are anisomers are chiral, and this one which is meso is achiral. So total three stereoisomers are possible. Okay, total three stereoisomers, 1 2 and 3. Total 3 stereoisomers possible for this given structure. So obviously our answer is B. Okay, so thank you for listening the lecture.